So I just saw Sofia Coppola's new movie Priscilla, take on the famous Elvis and Priscilla relationship, and I gotta say, this movie is really something special. I think, for me at least, it's one of the best films Sofia Coppola has written and directed in quite a while. Um, but I also think if we're talking about recent takes on Elvis and Priscilla, it's much better than Baz Luhrmann's 2022 movie. That's the first thing that kind of struck me. That one was a little too erratic for me. Didn't really felt like it was just kind of glossing over everything. I didn't love it as much as most people did. This one, however, is one I can get on board with. I loved approaching it through the perspective of Priscilla and her story right from when she meets Elvis, when she's in school and he's much, much older, and just navigating all of that. And telling this story over a 13-year span, I think the story takes place. And it really helps get a deeper perspective into this relationship and how it unfolded. And I mean, we know so much about it already, but it's really getting the kind of emotional perspective of it, seeing the loss of innocence in Priscilla, seeing how idealized everything is at the start, how it's kind of, oh, this maybe perfect relationship to what it becomes. And it's not like obvious, it's a lot more subtle of a film than anything. Everything just kind of happens, and you just kind of notice the darker side of Elvis, the darker side of their relationship, and how Priscilla's feeling. I think a lot of that weight was put on Kaylee Spaney, who delivered a fantastic performance as Priscilla, where she didn't necessarily have the dialogue to express what Priscilla was feeling, but she carried a lot of that weight in her eyes and her facial expressions, and you could really tell what Priscilla was feeling, what she went through over these years. I really thought the story was quite good in the first two-thirds, and then it kind of lost momentum a little bit as it started kind of jumping through events because there's so much to cover. I was really into it until that point, and then I kind of felt a little disconnected emotionally, but either way, each scene that started, the actors would pull you back in. And Kaylee Spaney was remarkable. I gotta say, even her playing Priscilla over the 13 years that the story takes place across, starting when Priscilla was in grade 9 till when she's nearing 30, I was blown away at how this was all one actress performing every age and doing it so perfectly, and basically convincing us that we were watching Priscilla grow up. So I gotta say, she did a great job in her performance, and I just loved the way she carried so much of the emotion and what was going on with her eyes and facial emotions. Jacob Elordi, my God, he makes playing Elvis seem so effortless, and I gotta say, much better of an Elvis than Austin Butler. He just seemed so natural in the role, whereas Austin Butler seemed like he forced it a little more. And I thought, like, he was so good here at portraying like the Elvis we know, but also the darker side of Elvis, the more like the thing I love about this movie, it's never explicitly shown like, oh, he's the bad guy. He has his moments of anger, he has his moments of manipulation and stuff like that. It's a lot more subtle, and you kind of ease in and start to feel this discomfort with seeing them and their relationship and what's going on and how he's treating Priscilla. And I really love this kind of more subtle take to it. So I really thought Sofia Coppola did such a good job here of telling this story, portraying this perspective. And I really liked how it turned out. Really loved the visual style. Really loved the needle drops and the music choices, even though she couldn't use any of Elvis's music in it. I thought she still did a great job. Yeah, I thought this was a really great take on this story. It's a fantastic movie. Definitely go check it out. I'd highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably one of the best takes on the Elvis story out there. And it's not even really about Elvis. So I thought it was quite compelling, and liked it a lot more than the movie from last year. So definitely enjoyed it. But Kaylee Spaney and Jacob Elordi, they were amazing in it.